Today's episode is brought to you by ProBook Sports. ProBook Sports is an all-in-one application for your sports and team needs. ProBook Sports has your calendar, your nutrition, as well as film, all in one application to help your team and help with team management. In all honesty, going off the cuff here, I was able to see a demo of ProBook Sports, and honestly, I was blown away. This application had everything that when I was coaching, would have wanted. They have film, which you can break down film as well as tag players, and that they have nutrition. If you're looking to help a player who wants to meet a goal to get into shape and to eat healthier, they have nutrition in there, as well as they have a calendar. So if you have a bus, time changes, anything like that, this calendar updates in this app. The best part about this app is it alerts your players. You can tag players. You can help players reach goals. I honestly got lucky enough to see the demo of this app, and I really enjoyed it. And it's everything I've ever would want as a coach. So if you're a coach that's highly interested in getting involved in this application or would like to see what ProBook Sports is all about, reach out to them at ProBook Sports on Twitter or at ProBook Sports on Instagram, and they'd be happy to give you a demo of the application as well too if you're interested. Or if you cannot reach out to them, feel free to DM me and I will send you right to them. Now for today's episode. All right. On today's show, I welcome on a very special guest. He is Jayden DeSimone. He is a senior guard for Mount Pleasant boys basketball team. Jayden, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's your summer going?
It's going good. Basketball is really carrying the summer right now. That's all I've been really doing. That's all I pretty much enjoy doing.
That's great. Well, you've been playing in a lot of summer leagues. I saw you play. I think you were playing up in the Province League, Corey Brown's league as well too. We were playing up there, and then you just played in the AYA, right, as well too.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like playing in those summer leagues, and how's that been?
So Corey Brown, I've actually been playing that almost my whole life, basically. Yeah, but we actually came up short in that champion. We came up short in the semifinal game to a buzzer beater, but it's all right because we lost a good team.
Yeah.
And AYA, it was actually a great summer league. It was only a week and a half, but it was still a great experience because it was a lot of good competition. It was a question.
That's great. I mean, it sounds like, how many leagues did you play in the summer? I mean, I didn't know there was this many leagues this summer. I'm in
5.
5.
Yeah. I was supposed to be in 6, but they actually my high school coach, he didn't want us to put in because he has football going on, so we actually didn't do that. I would have been 6, but I'm in 5. Yeah.
Well, that keeps you busy for the summer for sure, and that makes a basketball all summer. It sounds like all summer long, so that's great.
Yeah.
Good for you. So I want to know first. I just want to start. And before we jump into the high school career and everything, how did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
So my dad, he pretty much put the basketball in my hands when I was a baby. He had bought me one of them little Tykes hoops.
Yep.
And he would just put it in the living room, and I would just shoot every day, all day, because I mean, I really had nothing to do when I was a baby except that, because my whole family was around basketball. My uncle was Gatorade Player of the Year at Classical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my dad played basketball at Classical. All his brothers played basketball, so it was pretty much just them passing the torch to me. And I just fell in love with it the minute I saw it, and then I never looked at any other sport ever.
Really? That's amazing. Is there like... Oh, go ahead.
I tried football once. I got blindsided and I never went back to it ever again. I was okay, but I'll never go back to it ever again.
I've heard a couple, I think it was Stanley Robinson who used to play at URI. When I talked to him about his basketball career, he said the same thing. He was like, said he tried football, he got hit, like blindside, same thing. He was like, I was done. I just stuck with basketball.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy. Well, I don't blame him. Well, it seems like basketball's working out well for you so far, and that's absolutely awesome that you've gotten into it such at a young age. Was there any, like, besides your dad and your family, was there like any NBA players or a player that really like kind of inspired you too as well as you were growing up and playing?
Yeah, Ricky Lido.
Oh, Ricky, yeah.
He actually like taught. I actually played basketball with him a lot because we grew up on the same street. So anytime he was outside and I was outside, he would just come shoot hoops at my house. whenever, but that was always my idol because I just wanted to be a scorer like him. I was always lengthy, but he was long. But I just wanted to model my game after his because he's a great scorer, like a great scorer. So that's why I was just trying to model my game after. When he made it out to the NBA, I was like, yeah, that's how I want to be like.
That's awesome. And you love to hear a guy from Rhode Island that makes the NBA, and like it's always exciting. And that's awesome that you had him around to play around with him and an NBA player. Do you guys still keep in contact with each other?
Not really, a little bit
Yeah.
here and there. Whenever he comes down here,
Oh,
I'll
that's
say
good.
what up. Yeah.
That's really good. So you said your dad and your brothers, so you go to high school. I mean, what's the jump from middle school to high school of making that adjustment? And then also you play at Mount Pleasant. You didn't want to go classical route as well with the dad.
So what happened was, I took the test, but like I didn't really want to go there because everyone who was going there. At first, I already knew Marquise was going there.
Yeah.
But then I thought Matthew was gonna go there, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. But then I'm gonna have to work for my spot, and I'm fine working with it. But then Mount Pleasant was right up the street, and my whole family was like, just go to Mount Pleasant where you could it's right there. It's the same as classical. I was like, it's not really the same as classical, but I mean, if that's what you want to think as it. And they wanted me to go there, but I was like, I'll just give Mount Pleasant a try. I was gonna go there for only 1 year if I didn't like it, but I mean, it turned out good for me. I don't what everyone was saying about it, I don't really see. It's not that bad to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, at least you're there and you're still enjoying it. So that's the most important thing. And seems like you made the right decision in your brain. And that's like the most important thing. But what was so when you were playing basketball, what happened with the injury? When did you suffer your injury?
Last year, August 29th, it was me, Stanley, Hunte. We entered in a tournament at Payne Park. And it was going good at first. My first shot, I hit a 3. We were up 3-0. I went up to go lay it up. I made it. It was 5-0. I stole the ball. I leaked out and I went up for a layup. And when I had went up, I could dunk it. So I went to try and dunk it. And I locked my leg as I slid. So when it locked, I came down and my kneecap like dislocated. So we all thought my knee was dislocated and they was all like pop it back in, but I was like, I felt it. It felt strong, like I couldn't move it and pop it back in. So I knew, I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So I just stayed on the floor. I told them to call my mom and I was like, no, just call the ambulance instead. And then I could call my mom after. So they called the ambulance. The ambulance came and got me. We got into the emergency room and they told me that it looks like it's not even dislocated. They might think that I tore something. So they told me that I might be out for a year because it looks like a patellar tendon tear. But I didn't know what a patellar tendon was. I only know what ACL was. So I was like, oh, so it has to be something like that. So when they told me what it was my kneecap. My kneecap had dislocated from my calf. So when it came down, it just popped up. So my kneecap was like in my thigh. Yeah. So when I got to the emergency room, they was like, yeah, this is not dislocated. And I just broke down and started crying because I couldn't play my junior year.
Yeah.
But it worked out for me because I came back stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Like, way stronger.
Yeah. So what's that journey like coming back from that, like a severe injury like that? That's scary. And when you look down, you see your kneecap up and you're like,
I couldn't even look at it. Like, I was like this. I was just looking up in the sky. Like, I was just mad because I was just thinking like, damn, like, I know something's wrong with it. I was like, that's all I could think of.
That's making me cringe just thinking about it. So I can only imagine.
Every time I see someone like break a bone on like Snapchat or like Instagram or TikTok, it's like, oh, like I remember that was me. That was like just thinking of that. I was like, oh my God, it's so nasty. I can't. It hurts. It hurts just looking at it. So I just skipped right through it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So so the journey of coming back from such a severe injury like that, and the work that you put in to come back, and especially so quickly. I mean, it's less than a year, it seems like, after the injury, and you're playing great basketball. I've seen you play up at the Corey Brown, and like just videos of like, so what has like that journey been, and what's been your motivation to keep you going and not get frustrated and want to give up?
Oh, really? My physical therapist.
Yeah.
Every time I wanted to give up, he would just tell me like, "You good?" Like, because he knows how bad I wanted to play basketball for my junior year, but he knows I couldn't have played. But he wanted to push me so that I could get back for my senior year. So he would just push me every day because I would just never want to like do anything. So it's like I can't play my junior year. It's like so he would always just push me. And then my friend had passed away. So then I was like, yeah, now I really have to just play basketball. It's what I have to do it for. So then that's what I did it for. So then I just started working every day on my knee, every day, lifting weights for my knees every day. I didn't take a day off. But then when the summer came, I started entering basketball summer leagues. So then that's how my knee got it better so that I could get more active. That's how it really got better because just working out was really getting it stronger. But me playing basketball was me getting it back because I really didn't have a ball in my hand for almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was that journey getting back was just long, and it was a good process, but it was just long.
Yeah, that's a long process, but that says something a lot about yourself as well too, of what kind of type of
Yeah,
person you are and how hard and what basketball means to you in the long run too. Because a lot of people could have just given up, and you could have just given up, but you kept going and kept playing, and you had your motivation in between what it was for. And sorry to hear about your friend too, but
yeah.
it's great. That's great that you worked so hard to get to where you were. So what was that like stepping back on the court for the first time, like having played basketball in like a year? What was that feeling like, and like how did it go?
So the first time I ever stepped back on the basketball court, it was in Hendrickens' gym.
Oh, really?
So it was kind of rough because they all know me. Like they all know me for being like every time I play them, it's always a good game, good competition. So they know, but I don't think they knew that I had hurt my knee. So when I was getting back on the court, I had got in the game. They were double teaming me.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I had like this is my little legit first ever time getting back on a full game. They were double teaming me. I was like, wow. But it wasn't like a double team like just for that. It was like because they know I'm a shooter, but like it was a hard game because Hendricken really plays deep. Like they're everywhere. They're all over you. So that game was kind of frustrating for me. Like I was frustrated that game when we was on the way home, we ended up losing that game by like 7 points and we were up. But it was just frustrating coming home, just knowing that like, damn, my first game. But then I remembered my knee. I'm not even 100% yet. I still need to work at it, and I'll be fine.
So what was it like after that moment of like the double team going home? What do you like come back to? Like, how does that rest of that like league go and everything like that?
I was like, oh my God. And then after the RL season actually went pretty good for me, I actually started getting like comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And then once I started getting comfortable, it was easier to like score. But they would like my team would not give me the ball as often as I would usually get it, but they would give me touch it. They would trust me, and
Yeah.
I'm glad for that because I mean someone who had this type of injury, 60%, 50%. I mean in the playoffs too, they were trusting me, but I mean I wouldn't trust someone like that. But I'm
Yeah.
glad they trusted me.
Oh, that's good. That's great that they trusted you and
Yeah.
everything. And then now, what's it like too, as well too, as you work your way into the summer league, playing in a bunch of more summer leagues. And what's it like as you start to feel better? How does that come about, and your playing style? Like, how does that change a little bit?
So I actually summer league. I actually seen it like a change in my game when my knee. So at first, when I was like, my knee was like, I just came off the injury. I was able to shoot because I was like a set shooter, like just because I couldn't really move my knee like that. But then once I felt like me touching the ball and I was going to the basket, it felt way better. So then that's when I was realizing like that's when I'm really getting my groove back because at first it was like really like I was just like a set shooter. I couldn't really move my knee. I would get frustrated every time I would try and dribble the ball. I wouldn't be able to move like that because my knee would be too slow for my other knee. So when I was getting that back in the summer league, I was really happy because I was like, when I actually scored 40 points, I was like, wow, I'm really proud of myself because coming back like this, like that's a hard injury. That's a hard injury to come back from. Like it's not like a torn ACL, but that's actually one of the second worst injuries. But it's hard to come back from that, especially at a young age, like my age. I got that when I was 16. So me, it was kind of hard, but coming back with it, it was just really it kept me going.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, I honestly give you 100% of credit, because like coming back from an injury like that and to be able to be where you are today and to score 40 points is absolutely amazing to be where you are. And do you think like having that injury a little bit, like like you said, you were a set shooter, do you think that like helped with your shooting a little bit more, or did that make you a better shooter at all? Or do you think it just kind of like, or
Yeah, I think at first, I think it kind of like, I don't know. At first, I kind of like lost my shot.
yeah.
But then I was starting to get it back once I was like shooting the ball more. I started working on my shot more because at first I was just working on my knee a lot. So it wasn't really no basketball work. It was just weights. So at first it was kind of hard to shoot. But then once I started getting used to it, I was like, I'm finally getting, like, I think I'm really getting my shot back because I can shoot set shots now. I can shoot pull-ups off the screen, like off the dribble. That's why I'm really like noticing that it's not no more just set shots.
That's great. That's awesome. So you were adding more to your arsenal. And then what's it like too? Now you got your bounce back too?
Oh yeah. So before I didn't have, like, believe it or not, I did not have any bounce. Like I could only jump off 1 foot, but it wasn't like I could dunk. I just didn't know how to put the ball in. But then when the knee injury came, I don't know what happened. Like after, like it was like March, beginning of March, I tried to dunk. I could not dunk. I was working out at the Cranston YMCA. I couldn't dunk. I remember. I was not able to jump at all. But then it was like May had came. This is when I started working on my knees almost every day from March to May. May had came. I caught my first two-hand dunk. So then that's when I set a record for myself. I was like, all right, now I got to start trying to windmill. So I got to start setting goals for myself. Tried to windmill mid-June, mid-June and June. I actually got it. I didn't think I would get it because of my injury, because it's kind of hard to jump off too.
Yeah.
So when I got it, I was so proud of myself that I went to the gym right after. I started doing squats with the weights, everything. I was looking up stretches to get bounce, all that. Because I know that I have the bounce now. I just need to work on it. Yeah. So I started working on it every day. And then I don't know, out of nowhere, it just got consistent to me. Wow. I think it just got consistent. But now I'm trying to work on the 1 foot bounce. I can only jump off 2. I can't jump off 1 because of my knee. I can't jump off 1. It's bad. I almost caught it one time, but that was I can't jump off 1. I'll probably be able to jump off 1 when I'm like 20.
Who knows? Something could happen during the regular basketball season too of this upcoming year. So yeah. I don't know, but it's just absolutely amazing to hear that you have this bounce. You can do some windmills. Like this is crazy that, like, just to think about where you were last year to this, like where you are today is just, man.
Yeah, and what's crazy is it hasn't even been a full year since my injury. Yeah. Like I always think like, dang, it hasn't even been a full year since my injury. And they told me that I probably wouldn't be able to play basketball for a year.
Wow.
I'm proud of myself because I really worked myself off because I really wanted to come back. I wanted to come back for my junior year. I came back almost in time, but it wasn't just in time. But now for my senior year, I just want to do everything that I had planned for my junior year.
That's great. Yeah. I know you will. You just sound like you're just a hard worker, and, just great things like coming down the line for you. Just sounds like everything's going well for you right now. And I hope it continues to go well. And you played in other summer leagues. You played for one of my guys that good friends with, Coach Berlise. What was it like to play with the 401 Ballers?
Oh yeah, he's a great coach, bro. He's so passionate. Every time, he's so passionate. He texts me 7 a.m. all the time. Asks me all the time if I'm coming to play. Yeah, he loves me so much. Like he loves me playing for him because he sees how good I am. He sees the potential I have, and he's not really in it for like any of these like other guys out here that are trying to like make a name for themselves. He really cares about the player and the potential that he has. That's why I stick with him. I really like Coach Reese. Like, and I just met him too. Like I just met him not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. I think he's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. Just
He's so
super,
passionate.
yeah. And like I just needs to be more people like him who loves the game of basketball and what he does for the community and for the kids and how much he cares about you guys. I think it's just
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Awesome. And then what was it like playing the AYA Summer League? I know.
Oh
What was
yeah,
that like?
that summer league was good. It was really, yeah, it was good competition too.
Yeah.
We played. There was a lot of good teams. There were some good teams that really didn't get that I didn't get to play. I didn't get to play versus Coach Jeremy's team. He had a
Oh,
good team. Yeah, he had his team in there. I didn't get to play against them. He had a good team. Played against Ty Weeks and then Tyreek. Yeah,
oh
they
wow.
they were really good. They beat us the first time. Played What else did we play? There was a North Kingston team that was really good in there.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
we only beat them by a couple of points, but they were really good.
Yeah. They're always put
Yeah,
a good team together in North Kingston. I feel
yeah.
like.
I always like the AYA league because there's always like a different variety of players that come. They have players from Mass that came last year. This year it's NK, but now it's like more guys are starting to come down to Prov, and that's why I like more different competition. I liked it. I don't like. I always played the same guys for the past 4 years. Now I'm playing different competition. It's like it's way better. It's just way better.
It's nice. That's nice. You get to play some different competition. You don't see the same guys all the time. They don't know like it's nice to see
Yeah,
how to guard someone else and how they're going to guard you and see against different
exactly.
sets. That's good. That's great for to build you and your game and everything. And you guys won the AYA championship, right?
Yes.
And what was that like to win the championship?
It was so good because at first we actually started off as the third seed, fourth seed because I couldn't make it. We couldn't make it to a few games, and the first two games we had ended up losing, so we were 0-2, and then we ended up losing a third game after we had won our first, but we lost because it was a really bad out of bounds play. Like we tried to throw it and then they stole it. They ended up stealing it again. The game winning layup. I'm pretty sure you probably seen the video. I don't know if you did.
I might have seen it out there.
I'm
I
pretty
think,
sure you
but
did. It was everyone posted it. Yeah.
oh, jeez.
And that was probably I think that was the last game. No. We ended up losing one more game to Ty Weeks and the Minutemen, and then we ended up being every team. But yeah, that was great. Just going into the championship, we didn't know who was going to be in the championship because at first the team that we had lost to, Minutemen, we had to play them, and they're always a tough team to beat. And then I ended up cramping up in the first half, so I didn't play the second half, and I was gonna go back in, but my team had the momentum, and we ended up staying with them, and then we ended up pulling the lead away with like 3 minutes left, and then we ended up keeping the lead. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna go back in. We got the momentum. I
Yeah.
was just gonna. I coached my team from the sideline, and we won. I was like, yo, I'm so proud of my team because last time we actually lost to them, and we was all there, but this time we actually buckled down, played defense. We beat them to the spot, and then we actually went into the championship. Sorry, someone's calling me.
That's all right.
We went to the championship, and we was hot from the start. I think I hit the first three, and then we was hot from the start. It was like 5-0, 7-0, and then that's when they started scoring, and then it started being a scoring game, and then we ended up pulling away with like a couple minutes into the first half. We went up by like 15-10.
Oh wow.
And then second half, this is where we went up by like 20 points. And then it was like 8 minutes left. We were up by 20 points. I remember it just like this. And then we started like fooling around. And then not really fooling around, but like,
Kind of
So
coasting.
I was
Yeah.
telling them like, yo, let's not do too much.
Yeah.
And then they started scoring every time they came down, they were scoring threes, step backs. I was like, all right, yeah, I know they're gonna go on a run. They ended up going on a run, but I wasn't looking. And then I looked, Hante came down the court. It was like 6 minutes left. Step back three. They were down by 5 points. I was like,
What
I
happened?
said, what? I was like, oh my God, there's no way. And then that was like, yo, we really got to buckle down. So then we ended up going on like a little run. We went up by like 10 points again. And then there was like 3 minutes left. They cut the lead down to 4 points, 2 points, and then 2 points. So then this is where we played like we started working the ball around, and then we broke away on another lead for like 6 points with like with like 50 seconds left. We broke away with a 5-point lead, and then they hit a 3. And then I ended up missing the free throw. But then we got the ball back, and then Jason had hit the free throws to seal the game. But they almost had a chance to win it. They were down by 2 points. They caught the ball in the corner with like 20 seconds left, but they didn't shoot it. I don't know why. They passed it into the paint. I was like, that if they would have took the shot, they probably would have hit it because they had the momentum from the game before. They had hit a buzzer beater to win the game.
Oh wow!
And they beat the 1 seed.
Oh wow!
So I thought they was gonna shoot it. I was like, please don't shoot it. Please don't, because I had a feeling he was gonna hit it. We was down. We was up by 20 points. So if he would have hit it, I would have been mad.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I pray he doesn't shoot it. I pray he doesn't make this. And he ended up not shooting it, and he took a dribble in, and then we ended up getting the steal, and we was going to the races, and we ended up winning the game. I was so happy because we really almost lost, but then I was like, no, I know my team got this. I know we're gonna have this in the bag because I all talked to him. I was like, yo, we were just up by 20 points. There's no way we can let them come back and beat us. Come on, we gotta lock in.
Yeah.
And we had to lock in, and then we ended up. Thank God we won.
Yeah.
If we would have lost it would have been hell.
Not good. What's it like to play against like your friends like Stanley and Hansel too as well, and Hansel being a former teammate? So what's it like to play against those guys as well?
It's always great because it's always great playing against Stan and Hansel. It's always great because every time we play against them, it's always competition because I always know that they're gonna score, but I know I'm gonna score as well because I know I'm gonna have to if I want to play against them.
Yeah.
And win because every time they play together, they somehow win. Somehow, some way, they always win. They beat me last year. No, they beat me. They actually won the championship this year for Corey Brown. We didn't play them this year.
All right.
Yeah, luckily we didn't play them because I didn't want to deal with that team. But we actually in AYA it was so funny because Stanley didn't want to dab me up before the game. I was like, I'm gonna see you after the game, Stan. And then after the game, we actually went to we went to go do something together. And then he didn't want to dab. He was like, no, Jayden, you just beat me in the championship. I was like, wow. Oh, it was our friend's birthday party. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I beat him. He was like, no, Jayden, you just beat me in the championship 2 hours ago. You don't remember? And I was like, oh, wow. But Hanse was just laughing. He was like, wow, you guys really beat us.
Yeah.
He was like, we almost came back. But it's always great playing against them because I always like playing against my friends. Always great competition. But every time we're on the court, we're never friends. Well, there's always one of us arguing on the basketball court, whether it's me and Stanley, me and Hanse, anyone. We always argue, but in the end, we all know it's all love.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's all competition on the court, but when it's off the court, you guys are all definitely friends. And I mean, some of Rhode Island's couple of best players are there. To play against them, I'm sure that's tough. That's like a dynamic duel in the guard position right there.
Yeah, so it's so hard because they can do everything. Hanse can shoot the ball, and Stanley can attack it and kick it out to Hanse. They always find each other, and they have great chemistry because they've been playing together for so long. So it's like, I was just so glad I beat them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that you were able to beat him and take home the championship, and something to bring up at a couple parties or something when you guys are hanging out, any birthday parties or something like that.
I brought it up to him as soon as there was a big candle-like trophy. I was like, here, Stanley, I know you wanted to win so bad today, but I know you couldn't get the hardware, so I brought you this. He was like, nah, get that out of my face, bro. I was laughing. I was like, nah, ain't my fault, bro. I was just trying to be nice, but
trying to be polite, trying to help a friend out.
Exactly.
Oh man, well that's awesome, and I love to hear that, and that's great that you guys had a great competition, a great game, and congratulations on winning the championship there. I have a few more questions, and we'll wrap it up. First of all, I want to ask, with the upcoming Rhode Island Interscholastic League basketball season coming up, what is your goal for this season and to come back and play your senior year?
my goal for this season really is to just get back into my old self. I really just I want to make all state. I really want to make those first team all state. That's what I want to make. Hopefully I can work to make it. I know I'm gonna work to make it. But this year I want to win a championship. But what's it called? My team is actually what's it called? My center, he's leaving. So it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, but it's fine because it's okay. I don't really care. I
Yeah.
wanted to win a championship, but it's
Yeah.
okay. He can go. He can go.
Yeah,
He can
you
go.
can win the
Yeah.
championship without him. You'd be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was I'm always great. I'm always happy for my teammates because I don't really care about the championship stuff. I just wanted to compete for it. I can still compete for it, but I'm always happy for my teammates.
Yeah.
Whether it's off the court, on the court, you're with me. Even if you're at a different school, I'm still gonna cheer you on.
Yeah.
So yeah, this year I'm just really looking forward to making playoffs, going to state championships, and making all state.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited for you and to see you back out on the court and during the regular season. I'm sure I'll be at some Mount Pleasant games for sure to be cheering you on as well too.
Yeah, hopefully they let fans in this year. I hope so.
I hope so. The way things are going, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been a little
I
questionable,
know.
but hopefully we'll figure something out. Maybe I can get a media pass this year, and I'll come to some games if they allow media there. But all right, let's ask some questions just for our fun to ask you questions outside of basketball and just some fun questions that I have. First things first, what's your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. My dad makes this beef and rice with cayenne pepper, and he puts the cayenne pepper in the rice. Oh, it's the best. That's my favorite food. That's my favorite. My second is definitely chicken and rice though.
Oh, that
Chicken
sounds.
and rice.
Both of those
Those
sounds
are my
real.
those are my top two. Those are tied for one, so I had to say both. That's why.
All right, that works. That works for me. They sound delicious. So, and then do you have a pregame ritual or a superstition?
Oh yeah. So my pregame ritual, I listen to NBA YoungBoy. I listen to
Okay.
All In.
All in.
Yeah. If you listen to All In, I promise you drop 30 points every game. I swear. It just makes you feel like it just gets you in your bag. And I eat a bag of Skittles before the game.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know why. It just I feel like it gives me energy.
Oh, no, I'm sure it does. I just got some sugar in there, so I'm sure it helps out in that way. And then the music part is like what's your favorite music is it and your favorite artist?
Yeah, my NBA YoungBoy is my favorite artist. So
Yeah,
him and No Cap are tied for one. I like to listen to both a lot. But I like to open my music to a variety of artists. So everyone I really like to listen to.
nice. And then what's your favorite NBA team and favorite basketball player?
My favorite NBA team is the Warriors.
Oh,
I've been a
okay.
Warriors fan since Steph Curry joined them. Steph Curry is my favorite player ever. Ever. Steph Curry he's my favorite player ever. There's no other.
That's he's great. I think they're gonna be good this year again. I feel like
Yeah, I'm so glad Clay's coming back this year. This
yeah.
year it was good seeing them. It was good seeing them win. I was so happy for Curry, see what he was doing, because
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, Curry. They should have went to the playoffs, but
Yeah.
we fell short. But this year we're going to the finals. Watch, we're gonna go to the finals.
So I was just on another podcast recently, and I predicted that the Warriors are going to win 64 games because I just think I think their draft was so good too. They had filled in two good spots.
Jonathan Kuminga was a great that is a great pickup. I think they had the biggest deal in the draft, but also Cam Thomas, because Cam Thomas is
He's a
just
beast.
natural born. Yeah, he's just a natural born scorer.
Yeah,
Natural born scorer.
he looks so good for Brooklyn playing out there. It's crazy.
He looks great.
Yeah. And then do you have a favorite sport outside of basketball, or is it just basketball?
My favorite sport outside of basketball is probably football.
Football?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite team in football?
My favorite football team is the Ravens.
The Ravens?
Yeah, we're winning it this year too. Watch. Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. I
Hey,
swear.
they look good. I love Lamar Jackson. I love his style of play. So I hope
And
they.
we have Sammy Watkins now, so now it's really scary.
Oh yeah, that's got some weapons for him now to help him out. And then last question I always ask everyone: favorite thing to do outside of basketball and sports in general.
My favorite thing to do is probably play my PS5. I love Warzone. That's pretty much when I get home from the gym. That's exactly what I do because I don't really like, go outside. Like I don't really party like all these other kids. I really just stay inside or I play basketball and I'll play the game. That's really pretty much it.
Nice. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. I'm a beast at Warzone, so if anyone wants to run with me, you can add me.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Give them your gamer tag if they want it. If someone can reach out to you on Instagram and get the gamer tag, they can play Warzone with you. Um, Jayden, this is all the questions I have for you. Any comments, statements, or any questions for me before we sign off?
Yeah, I have one. Thank you for actually bringing me on here. I appreciate that.
Of course, anytime, man. You're always welcome back on the show. We'll have you back on, and we can even talk some Warriors during the regular season when it comes up. But you just amazing journey to get to where you are today, and to see you play was a pleasure. And hopefully, can see you play during the regular season at for the IRL season. Hopefully, we have some fans there. But absolutely, just amazing. You're an amazing kid, and great things coming down the line for you. The future is very bright for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. So we'll talk soon. Thank you again for being on the show.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yep.